Om Sri Sairam. Sai Satcharitra Chapter No. 36. Wonderful stories of two Goa gentlemen and Mistress Aurangabadkar. This chapter relates the wonderful stories of two gentlemen from Goa and Mistress Aurangabadkar of Sholapur. Two gentlemen. Once two gentlemen came from Goa for taking the darshan of Sai Baba and prostrate themselves before him. Though both came together, Baba asked only one of them to give him rupees 15 as dakshina, which was paid willingly. The other man voluntarily offered rupees 35. This sum was rejected by Baba to the astonishment of all. Shama, who was present, asked Baba, "What is this? Both came together. Once dakshina you accept, the other, though voluntarily paid, you refuse. Why these distinctions?" Baba replied, "Shama, you know nothing. I take nothing from anybody. The Masjid Mai calls for the debt, the donor pays it and becomes free. Have I any home, property or family to look after? Is not escape." Baba then continued in his characteristic way as follows. As first he was a poor and took a oath to his God that he would pay his first month's salary if he got an appointment. He got one on rupees 15. Then he steadily got a promotions. From rupees 15, he got rupees 30, 60, 100, 200 and ultimately rupees 700 per month. But in his prosperity, he forgot to clean the vow he took. The force of his karma has driven him here, and I asked that amount, rupees 15, from him as dakshina. Another story: while wandering by the seaside, I came to a huge mansion and sat on its veranda. The owner gave me a good receptions and fed me sumptuously. He showed me a neat and clean place near cupboard for sleeping. I slept there. While I was sound asleep, the man removed a laterite slab and broke the wall, entered in and seized off all the money from my pocket. When I woke up, I found that rupees 30,000 were stolen. I was greatly distressed and sat weeping and mourning. The money was in currency notes, and I thought that the Brahmin had stolen it. I lost all the interest in food and drink and sat for night on the veranda and bemoaning my loss. After the fortnight was everything. He said, "If you act according to my bidding, you will recover your money. Go to a fakir. I shall give his whereabouts. Surrender yourself to him. He will get back your money. Meanwhile, give up your favorite food till you recover your money." I followed the fakir's advice and got my money. Then I left the Wada and went to the seashore. There was a steamer, but I could not get into it as it was crowded. There, a good-natured peon interest for me, and I got in luckily. That brought me to another shore, where I caught a train and came to Masjid Mai. The story finished, and Baba asked Shama to take the guests and arrange for their feeding. Then Shama took them home and fed them. At dinner, Shama said to the guest that Baba's story was rather mysterious, as he had never gone to the seaside. Never he had any money, never travelled, never lost any money, and never recovered it, and inquired whether they understood it and caught its significance. The guests were deeply moved and were shedding the tears. In a choking voice, they said that Baba was omniscient, infinite, the one without a second. The story he gave out is exactly our story. What he spoke has already taken place in our case. How he knew this is a wonder of wonders. We shall give all the details after the meals. Then after the meal, while they were chewing the betel leaves by securing a job, I took a vow to God Datta that if I got any service, I would offer him my first month's salary. By his grace, I got an appointment of rupees 15, and then I got a promotion as described by Baba. I did forget all about my vow. Baba had just reminded me of it in this way and required rupees 15 from me. It's not a dakshina, as one may think it to be, but a repayment of an old debt and fulfillment of long forgotten vow. Moral: Baba never, in fact, actually begged any money, nor allowed his bhaktas to beg. He regarded money as a danger or a bar to the spiritual progress, and did not allow his bhaktas to fall into its clutches. Bhagat Mahalsapati is an instance on its point. He was very poor and could hardly make both ends meet. Baba never allowed him to make any money, nor gave him anything from Dakshina amount. Once a kind and liberal merchant named Hamsaraj gave a large amount of money to Mahalsapati in Baba's presence, but Baba did not allow him to accept it. Then the second guest began his tale. My Brahmin cook, he was a cook, was serving me faithfully for 35 years. Unfortunately, he fell into bad ways. His mind changed and robbed me of my treasure by removing a laterite slab from my wall where my cupboard is fixed. He came in a while, and we were all asleep, and carried away all my accumulated wealth, rupees 30,000 in currency notes. I know not how Baba mentioned grantha. Sad and dejected, a passing fakir noted my condition and inquired of its cause, and I told him all about it. He told me that an Avalia by name, Sai, lives in Shirdi, Koppergaon Taluk. Make a oath to him and give up any food that you like the best, and say to him mentally that I have given up eating that food till I take your darshan. Then I took the vow and gave up eating rice and said, Baba, I will eat after recovering my property and after taking your darshan. 15 days passed. After this, the Brahmin of his own accord came to me, returned my money, and apologized, saying, I went a mad and acted thus. I now place my head on your feet. Please forgive me. Thus everything ended well. The fakir that met and helped me was not seen again. An intensive desire to see Saibaba, whom the fakir pointed out to me, arose in my mind. I thought that the fakir who came all the way to my house was no other than the Sai Baba. Would he who saw me and helped me to get my lost money ever covet to get a rupees 35? On the contrary, without expecting anything from us, he always tries his best to lead us one path of spiritual progress. I was overjoyed when I recovered my stolen property, and I, being infatuated, I forgot all about my woe. Then when I went to Goa, and from there wanted to start for Shirdi by taking a steamer to Bombay en route. But when I came to the harbor, I found that the steamer was crowded and there was no place. The captain did not allow me, but on the intercessions of a Poyan who was a stranger to me, I was allowed to get into the steamer which brought me to Bombay. From there, I got the train and came here. Surely, I think that the Baba is all pervading and all knowing. What are we and where is our home? How great our good fortune that the Baba got back our money and drew us here to himself. You Shirdi folk must be infinitely superior and more fortunate than we, for Baba has played, laughed, talked, and lived with you for so many years. I think that your store of good merits must be infinite, for it attracted Baba into Shirdi. Sai is our Datta. He ordered the O, and he gave me a seat in the steamer and brought me here, and thus gave a proof of his omniscience and omnipotence. Mistress Aurangabadkar, a lady from Sholapur wife, Sakharam Aurangabadkar, had no issue during the long period of 27 years, and she had made a number of oaths of gods and goddesses for an issue, but was not successful. She then became almost hopeless. To make the last attempt in this matter, she came to Shirdi with her stepson Vishwanath and stayed there for 2 months serving Baba. Whenever she went to the masjid, she found it and open her heart and pray for an issue, but she got no suitable opportunity. Ultimately, she requested Shama to intercede with the Baba for her when he was alone. Shama said to her that the Baba's darbar was open, still he would try for her, and that the Lord might be bless her. He asked her to sit ready with a cocoa nut and joysticks on the open courtyard at the time of Baba's meals, and that when he beckoned to her, she should come up. One day after dinner, Shama was rubbing Baba's wet hands with a towel when the latter pinched Shama's cheek. Shama, feigning anger, said, Deva, is it proper for you to pinch me like this? We don't want such a mischievous God who pinches us thus. Are we your dependents in this fruit of our intimacy? Baba replied, O Shama, during 72 generations that you were with me, I never pinched you till now, and now you resent my touching you. Shama, we want a God that will give us ever kisses and sweets to eat. We do not want any respect from you or heaven balloon, etc. Let our faith onto your feet be ever wide awake. Baba, yes, I have indeed come for that. I have been feeding and nursing you, and you have got love and affection for you. Then Baba went up and took his seat. Shama beckoned to the lady, and she came up, bowed, and presented the within rolled and made a noise. Baba said, Shama, this is rolling. See what it says. Shama, the woman prays that a child might be similarly rolling and quickening in the womb. So give her the cocoa nut with your blessings. Baba, will the cocoa nut give her any issue? How people are foolish and fancy such things. Shama, I know the power of your word and blessings. Your word will give her a string or a series of children. You are wrangling and not giving a real blessing. The parley went on for a while, Baba repeatedly ordering to break the coconut and Shama pleading for the gift of the unbroken fruit to the lady. Finally, Baba yielded and said she will have an issue. When? Asked Shama. In 12 months was a reply. The cocoa nut was therefore broken into a two-parter. One was eaten by the two, the other was given to the lady. The Shama turned up to the lady and said, Dear madam, you are a witness to my words. If within 12 months you do not get any issue, I will break a cocoa nut against this Deva's head and drive him out of this masjid. If I fail in this, I will not call myself Madhav. You will soon realize what I say. She delivered a son in 1 year's time, and the son was brought to the Baba in his 5th month. Both husband and wife prostrated themselves before Baba and in constructing a shed for Baba's house, Shamakarna. Bow to Sri Sai, peace to be all. Thanks to Sai Baba for this opportunity. Om Sri Sachidananda Sai Baba ki Jai. Om Sri Sairam. Sai Satcharitra Chapter No. 36. Wonderful stories of two Goa gentlemen and Mistress Aurangabadkar. This chapter relates the wonderful stories of two gentlemen from Goa and Mistress Aurangabadkar of Sholapur. Two gentlemen